Posted by u/kraken69_hi. Shadow entity helped us out. I went with 2 friends for a walk around my childhood neighborhood. So I knew all the best places. There was a new construction near our present location where they were building a new park. That was our destination. We wanted to check out the progress and smoke a joint there. Our first that day. We were totally sober and alert. We arrive at place, we have everything, but a lighter that we forgot. Oops. We go back. We go by old grandma and grandpa with the dog. We ask for a light. They don't have. So I say there is a shop like 700 from here. I point with my finger to my friends, where is the shop, in which direction? We start walking. There are 2 ways you can go to this shop. Left and right. Both are similar in length, and in front there are houses with see-through balconies which you need to walk around. My friend says let's go left. I know the better way, so I say let's go right. We walk 10-15 and box of matches appear. We all see them pop up, appear, manifest from thin air, in front of us in the sky 5 above the ground. They drop in perfect line and land perfectly flat on highly angled driveway. The box didn't jump after landing or anything, which is total anti-gravity. It just stopped after reaching the ground. We all see that. We look at each other with shock and amazement, which is followed by a quick little run to pick up this box with matches. I arrive to the place where matches dropped. I look up and I see a shadow figure, all black, on the balcony, which body language shows it is totally freaked out that I have seen it. It tries to hide, but balcony is a totally transparent see-through, and it vanishes. On the box of matches there were words "respect the nature" with a drawing of trees. Box was full of new matches, so we could proceed to our destination, and we smoked the joint there while being in total shock, laughing, shouting in positive disbelief. The whole energy of the experience was positive, even joyful. It was our first joint that day. We were totally alert and sober. We all remember this to this day and have a huge question mark about the whole experience. Posted by u/Isolina2. I didn't exist for couple of hours. So mobile alert. This happened 2 days ago. I was at my home because of quarantine, and according to me I was sleeping. When I woke up, my mom was looking at me having a very shocked and worried expression and tears in her eyes. She asked me where the hell I was, and I said that I was sleeping right here in my bed. She didn't believe me, said she checked and I wasn't there. So apparently, my family woke up in the morning and I didn't come for breakfast. My dad came into my room and just saw the blanket and pillow. I do sleep with blanket on face. Then my mom came to wake me up and took the blanket off. No one was there. Then she panicked and told my dad. They searched the entire house and tried calling me, nothing worked. Then they asked the neighbors if they had seen me leaving, but neighbors couldn't help as well. My mom was very afraid at that point and they called the police, and that's when my dad had went to file the report and I woke up. We called my dad and told him I was back, and he wanted an explanation and I couldn't give one. I said I was just sleeping and then I woke up and this whole thing has happened. I wanted to make it clear that I do sleep with blanket covering my entire body, and my mom did made it clear that she took the blanket off and no one was there. We all are very shaken. RN. Posted by u/QueenOveArts91. Glitchy iPad glitched the Matrix. At first this might sound like my iPad is glitching, but read till the end to see why I'm posting here. For reference, I have an iPad Pro that I bought new 3 years ago. My screen is cracked and is due for a software update. Anyway, Siri has been acting up lately by frequently chiming in and asking me to repeat what I've said. For weeks I wrote it off, as somehow because my screen is cracked I triggered the long hold button press to summon her, where then I have to press the home button to get her to go away. Sometimes instead of pressing the home button I'll tell her I don't need anything or not right now Siri, and she'll close out. Recently she'll chime in when I'm not touching the screen as all, I'll be watching movie or YouTube video or something. Then I played it off like my cheap headphones or something must have triggered her or something. It started happening a lot to the point I actually checked to see if my earbuds have a button on them. Nope, just a mic. Before you question it, there has been little to no chance that a "Hey Siri" would be the reason she continues to chime in. I'm not talking and no one else is whenever is either when she chimes in. Last night things got even weirder. I was laying in bed watching YouTube until I was tired enough to fall asleep. At least 4 or 5 times my iPad/Siri acted in a strange way. One time I took an earbud out to hear my boyfriend, to see if he was up and about or fell asleep on the couch. The moment I took an earbud out to hear for him, the video paused. I looked back at my screen like hushed face, then listened to find out he was asleep on the couch. A similar occurrence happened twice before but played it off as nothing because it wasn't as deliberate as this time. So I have an earbud in my hand and I hear my boyfriend snoring in the couch. I put my earbud back in and looked at my screen and the video started playing. I didn't have to hit play like normal. This was when I was like, okay, I'm convinced something abnormal is happening here. The night goes on and the video paused at the right time again, but I'd have to hit play again. Then this morning Matrix glitch happened. I was listening to a YouTube ASMR playlist I created while sleeping the last 4 hours and it had planned on playing for another 6 hours. I was dreaming. In my dream, dreams are hard to explain, I was rewriting/illustrating stories a 7-year-old boy wrote in a child's book. His stories were written in his handwriting so was unreadable, yet my dreaming self knew what it said and I was planning to illustrate his words just like the book he wrote on had illustrated their stories. If that makes sense, it was a kid's book about animals and I didn't know the boy. Then dream transitions, I look out into another room where I have a handful of parrots, parrot of a variety of species. I look around behind me and I see the birds' owners. Turns out I'm babysitting for a while. Then they have a good idea about recording their voices for the birds while they're away. This would aid in the birds' stress level as birds tend to freak out and pull feathers if things like this would happen in real life. So I'm like, yeah, that sounds great, give me a sec, I'll start a new playlist on my iPad. As I'm holding my iPad in my dream about to start a recording list, real Siri chimes loud in my ear and says, "Sorry, I didn't hear what you said, can you repeat that?" I was pulled out of my dream immediately and just laid there shocked. She asked me again like 5 or 6 more times until she just closed herself. That freaked me out so much. I was gonna forget about it, and just try to go back to sleep, but then an ad about screaming and attacking zombies played loud in my ear and I was forced to grab my iPad and skip the ad. The aggressive zombies in the ad made my get up and contemplate what just happened. I've been keeping a dream journal because I'm interested in lucid dreaming. The whole thing seems cool, but I just don't get how people can be so immersed in a dream that you mistake it for real reality. Anyway, this has been the closest I've come to lucid dreaming, and maybe I'm making a step in the right direction, or whatever. But I still think this was more glitch than lucid dreaming. So after I wrote it down, I contemplated whether or not to post it here. I wasn't going to, mainly because that'd mean I'd have to re-download this app. So I decided against it, but then when I went to open up YouTube nothing would load. Okay, whatever, so I opened up a game app, and it too wouldn't load/connect. I was connected because I got a YouTube upload notification while waiting for the game to connect. Waited a little longer and still nothing. Usually these apps load and connect immediately. So I took it as a sign to write it here. So here it is, woozy face.